Hey guys, welcome back to Man Time. I was just doing some heat cycles there. So I've been saying this for a little while now that I'm going to show you what's in my professional landowner's woods bag, I guess you could call it. Alright, so let's just jump into it here. Welcome to Man Time. Alright, so over the years I've accumulated quite a bit of stuff in my bag here, and now I'm completely switching my saws out, right? So I need to go out with the old and in with the new, but there are going to be some mainstays here that's going to stick around. So first thing, I've got a FR long sleeve, fire resistant, and that's just kind of a stuff and pack away type of deal. Sometimes you get out there and it's either colder than you expected or it gets cold. It's nice to have just a light long sleeve and then just a rag. Of course, an extra pair of gloves. You never know when you're going to forget your pair of gloves. And, oh look, by the way, another pair of gloves that apparently I thought I needed. Let's get some of the gloves and rags out of the way here. So another set of gloves, another rag, a welder's helmet. So basically, if you forget some clothing, you can have that stuff. Alright, so let's get all these out of the way. That's basically all the clothing and rags. I think sometimes I forget that that I had those in there. Alright, so here's a new air filter. This one is going to be for the 61. This is the old one that I pulled out of it. So this is just going to be a backup. I probably need to get a new one of those. Of course, the Bugs goggles there. Let's see here. The basic stuff that I wear, the Feller's kit that I use, is going to be this here. I'm just going to throw that away. But I actually made this axe on the channel. Made this handle and handled this. This one's got the M. And I can't remember what the brand of this axe head is, but this is a pretty decent little axe. Of course, I made this handle. You can go back on the channel and check that out. But I like the palm swell. It's actually got three distinct holding areas on it where your hand just fits perfect. When you're banging a wedge, you know, some of these they just don't have the right. They didn't have the right feel to them. It would just have like a singular bend one way or the other. This actually, there's several spots on here that just perfectly contour to my hand. So if you're interested in that, go back on the channel. Of course, your Grizzly Peak scabbard. I did end up replacing those smaller wedges, so I've got a backup there. Of course, a couple extra wedges. Couple empty bags just in case. Let's see here. So here's a 84 drive link. This is going to be for the 61 now. I've upgraded and I actually spliced this and spliced in, so I've got an additional link in there, I think is what we did, to get it to fit that 24-inch bar. Of course, I've got a couple different sharpening systems in here. This one here is going to be similar to a Steeler Husky kit. It's got a handle, round files, flat files, raker gauge, all that stuff. That's going to be for your hand filing. Otherwise, you've got the steel all-in-one there. I've got my carb toolkit here for all the different types of carbs. This one, I believe, is a HIPAA branded. Yeah, there you go. So if you're looking to get a good kind of universal carb tuning kit, that's going to be the one. Of course, some extra files. This one laying in there. I don't remember having chain that small. Maybe on my pull saw. But anyways, yeah, 3/16. Hardly ever use those. Sometimes just pull those out to get the gullet. Oh, what else? Oh, I do actually have a deal here for wedges with a couple additional wedges. I probably don't need 12 wedges, but like I said, this is a culmination of years and years of stuff. Of course, we've got our different bug sprays. We've got backwoods, and then we've got a couple additional chains. We've got a 72 LGX for a 20-inch, and then I've got the 020 AV. Luckily enough, the 16-inch bar, that's why I went with a 16-inch bar. This is going to be a 3/8, similar to like a Pico. So, man, I'm almost thinking I'm going to put that 20-inch bar back on the stock 365, because I've got a pretty good stock of 20-inch stuff. Alright, so let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty here. Get this out of the way. Kind of nice once in a while, just kind of going through and making sure. Of course, you need bar oil, chain oil. I think I've started using the Oregon brand of that. I've got my Holzforma kit that came with the that 200T clone. Now this is kind of nice. It's actually got it's got your little tuning screwdriver. It's got a Torx. It's also got an Allen wrench in there. So a lot of useful tools in this kit just alone here. I've got another Torx channel lock that I guess I bought that one. What size is this one? T27. T27. So I guess when I was getting into the steel stuff, of course you need a Phillips. Let's see here. What else we got? File, extra set of earplugs just in case. Again, you get out to the field. Oh, look at there. I did have a new one. It's just so far buried. You get out to the field and realize you don't have earplugs, and then what do you do, right? Look at these little tiny files. Some more sharpening systems down here at the bottom. Look at this. Okay, so this is another, I guess, chain brake tool. This one's a Dodge. I've never used this one. Matter of fact, I don't really know why it's in there. I may have to figure out how to operate this at some point on the channel, but I'm sure if I was out in the field and had some sort of necessary repair, this is really nice. It's a good old tool. Okay, but here's where we get down, maybe finally getting down to the nitty-gritty. Alright, so this is going to be my 031 filter. I've also got a busted up 020 AV muffler. That's broken on me in the past. Oh, look at there. I've got a Lansky sharpening stone right there. What else do we got here? Another 031 filter. Let's see here. I believe this is a 020 sprocket. I'm not going to need that anymore. Of course, you got to have a hose clamp in there for dexterity. Some bar lube, bar grease. Oh, look at there. A whole mess of spare nuts and bolts, screws. Man, that's a good idea there. See, I had forgotten about that. I've got an extra bar nut, a bunch of these steel screws that are going to be flathead. I need to put together a little kit like this for now the Husqvarnas that I'm going to be carrying with me. And I guess for that little steel 200T, it's going to have more of a standard. And I got to make sure that this kit has the right size Allen wrench that'll fit all that stuff. A 4. I need to start carrying a 4 and a 5, I guess. Maybe a 3. Anyways, let's see here. Some shackles. Oh, look at there. An extra handle in case your handle busts. That's good to have. What else do we got here? Spark plugs. Yeah, I need to get that one. Oh, that looks alright. I need to get these a little bit more organized in here. So spare spark plugs. How many of these do I got? Oh, here we go. Spare spark plugs, spare sprockets. Now for the newer style ones like that, tape measure, more earplugs, a zip tie. You basically always want to keep a zip tie on you at all times. Maybe more zip ties. What else do we got here? Okay, some spare bar nuts. And those are going to be the Husqvarna style bar nuts. You never know when those are going to walk off on you. Triangle file. What else do we got here? The shoulder strap. Little S-hook. Yeah, that's basically it. From here, I can actually just dump this thing out. And, oh, look, another spark plug. The multiple spark plugs. Oh, let's see. Hexagon. Looks like that maybe didn't make it back in my HIPAA deal. Oh, spare paracord in case you break your pull start cord and it's too short. You can reline your pull start there. More earplugs. And then the most important thing is going to be in the side here for quick access. That's going to be your scrunches. This is going to be a file guide / clean your bar out. What else does this do? Plus your raker gauge there. Kind of an all-in-one tool there. And yeah, this one I found this one. I wasn't carrying this one, but for the full wrap handle, you need a much smaller scrunch like that, and I ended up having one. So okay, that's gonna do it. So now I know, like, here's what I was carrying for steel stuff, a couple air filters, some spare parts, and I'm gonna start putting that kit together for now the newer Husqvarnas that I'm going to be carrying with me in the field. So let's see if I got some of those parts laying around. Alright, well, I went through and found some things that I was missing. This is going to be the air filter for the 372-365 with a spare choke. I found there's actually the pole saw didn't have any parts in here. So I got a pole saw plug that's going to be a little bit hotter. I also didn't have any fuel stuff, so I got some fuel lines and vacuum lines, a couple extra fuel filters, a couple extra sprockets in there. Let's see, I've got a 200T air filter, replacement air filter. I was missing that one. And then also a chain for the 131 pole saw. And then thinking about like what kind of Allen wrenches I would need. This is my favorite knife right here. It actually has a bit driver on it here, and then it has bits in it as well. So you can outfit it, you know, with whatever bits. Right now it's got 2 different size flatheads, 2 different size Phillips heads, but you can get a hex bit set, and you can. I ended up just buying another knife because I don't carry this one with me. This is my 3rd one. I've lost 2 of them, carrying it with me, like kind of, you know, hooked in, and it works its way out and falls out. So I don't carry one with me, but I bought another one. I'm going to outfit it with some hex bits, the typical sizes that I use, like a 4 and a 5, and then just keep it in the bag, right? So I'll have this one at the house, and then have the bag with one that has the hex bits in it that'll stay with the bag. Oh, what else did I grab here? Yeah, more fuel line, some Husky fuel caps in case one of those breaks in the field. Nothing worse than having a fuel cap break and ruin your day there. So that's going to be a critical failure on a saw if that breaks and isn't able to hold gasoline. So I think I've got spare air filters, fuel filters, plugs, fuel line, vacuum line for every saw now that I'm going to be taking into the field with me, plus every sort of sharpening tool, all the different scrunches that I need for both Husky and steel, and yeah, I think I've got everything I need. So if I missed anything, down there in the comments, if you'll comment below what you carry in your bag, help out all the other men out there when they're getting their tools together to take out into the field. One other thing I'm going to do is get rid of some of the rags and gloves, right? I only need probably 1 spare set of gloves in here, maybe 2, and then a couple rags versus a whole big pile of them. So stuff that kind of accumulated over the years. I think I've got my Torx bits pretty well locked down with that Holtz kit, and then that one there, the T27. So that's going to do it for today on Man Time, guys. Get out there, have you some man time too.